Yep, finished the game. For about 70% of this game, I liked it. I started being inconsistent a bit with its rules. Twice I was stuck because the rules changed or I didn't expect something would work the way it worked. One was the scanning range for the satellite, and the other one was, I think you missed that, that was in the stream last night, where I was floating about as Joey and that other his previous shell, and I had to go out of what I thought was the boundary of the area that I could move in. So I was stuck there for a while. I thought I knew what the solution was, and the solution was not that. The whole ending bit was just silly. Like for me, it matters a lot how you land an ending, especially in games like these where story is like a big part of it. Maybe 50% of the game for me is the ending, and they seem to like fumble so much a lot of these games at the end. Yeah, I don't think Charles Cecil knows how to land an ending in any of his games. Yeah, there's the problem of the writing, and it's compounded by the problem of trying to artificially up the difficulty of solving things, I think. It's, again, the problem with a lot of games. They try too hard to be games. You don't need a boss puzzle. The writing is kind of humorous in Cecil games, even when the situation is heavy, so the endings come out fairy tale-ish. Yes, they do. That is the problem of every Broken Sword as well. I was thinking, because I'd been playing Broken Sword 5 since last summer, and I was playing it. This is me being silly with the way I am, but I was playing it every time the weather was nice. So it took me about a year to finish that game. And I finished it 2 weeks ago. I had very, very little left. It ended okay-ish. Still fairy tale-ish the way every Broken Sword... Want to play the BS games I've missed just to know the rest of this? Yeah. I'm not gonna spoil much. All I'm gonna say is that it didn't do much of this action ramping up and series of puzzles that get progressively more obtuse and complicated. Or the rules of the game don't work the same anymore because we want to make this more difficult to solve because it's the end of the game, right? We need bosses, even in adventure games. It was better than I expected at the end. Still kind of silly. And of course, I don't know, all the Broken Sword games have all these supernatural bullshit in them in the writing, so it's hard to take them seriously anyway. Oh well. I finished it. I didn't enjoy the last... How many hours? 4? Maybe? Nah. Maybe 3.5. I don't know. Maybe 4 hours. That sounds like a lot, but I thought this game was shorter than it ended up. Give it some time to reflect as well, so it becomes a whole experience. Yes, yeah. This is just a stream of consciousness as I'm thinking about, and also the way I'm feeling right now with that ending and that coming after the bits yesterday. I was kind of done with it. It felt dragging at the end. Didn't get boring anywhere, did it? Well, that last bit was boring. There was the bit where I think it was shortly after that should have been a conversation tree, and it took 4. It was 4 fucking cubes that it took. Yeah. Yesterday after you left for Tekken, there was a bit with trying to find a way to get to the Aspiration Gala that involved that poet droid, and we had to find inspiration for him to write a poem for the gala, for him to give us tickets or an invitation or something, and then I had to solve some puzzles, find his poet owner, and steal his private poem and give it to him. And it's like, yeah, there was a bit of humor in it, but the word tedious, there was tediousness in the whole thing. And that's assuming you find that humor funny, right? Anyway, I did it. It's done. 6 out of 10. 2 out of 5. I will give it. Only play this if you really enjoy the genre and this Revolution style of writing and games. I kind of do, so I keep playing them. But if you want it on a scale of 10, I guess it's a 5. 4.5. I don't know. What are scales? No, I don't like the numbered scales. This is play it if you really like the genre. That's it. That's my rating of this game. Actually, really appreciate all the artistry and good stuff in the game. Yeah, I like the visuals. I like the style. Good bits of music as well. Yeah, it's interesting because I think a couple of streams ago you had asked me about 3.66 out of 5. And I remember saying something along the lines of I like that the puzzles are okay because it seems to be working within a rather constrained set of rules of its puzzle solving and the language that you have available, but it managed to make them obtuse. Like not only that, but it managed to introduce Rubik cubes at the end. So yeah, right. And it wasn't done with a wink. It wasn't done. I shouldn't say anything here. Well, I should be careful. There are some puzzles in Alan Wake 2 that had me shaking my head a little bit at them, but then the game also did the same at the puzzles at some point. There was self-awareness. This didn't seem self-aware to me. Yeah, let's make a harder puzzle, often the kiss of death for Cecil games. Goats, motherfucker, goats. And they're not the worst. It's not on the level of cat mustache, but funny thing is the cat mustache didn't give me a lot of trouble. It was just ridiculous. Just the whole idea of that puzzle.